Hi Leo, welcome to my channel. This is Jess, the Mystical Cat. Happy December 2017. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays to everyone and happy end of year. Hope that many of you Leos out there are planning on a big closing of the year. I do believe that many of you might be strong on manifesting end of year, preparing for the new year to come. Just want to see if there's any messages channeling from the universe before I jump right into the reading. We're going to have to dive right into the reading. Ooh, there's one message. Nine of Swords. So what am I feeling? I'm getting Nine of Swords for all of you guys, not only Leos. I'm getting it for other signs as well. I believe it came in strong for Cancer and Gemini as well. And I do want to say there is a sense of nostalgia in the air. Maybe it's the closing of the year and people are feeling like there wasn't enough time to actually accomplish the things that you wanted to do, or many of you are leaving things, or leaving like a job, or leaving a relationship that has been with you for a long time, and it just causes some sort of pain. But I do feel like that pain is self-inflicted pain, and I feel like many of you feel like you deserve feeling that way, but that is not necessarily the case for a specific situation. I feel like we're entrapped into our own situation. So I do feel like we're very set in our ways in many ways, Leo. So I do feel like releasing. That is a message from the universe, to release any thoughts of poverty or any thoughts of sadness or injustices or unfulfilled dreams. You need to really let that go, because the universe and source, God is here, God is present, letting you know they're here, protecting you, Leo. Let's just jump directly into the reading. 10 of Cups. Many of you are thinking into moving into a new place. Definitely see many of my Leos living in very pretty places. I do feel like you guys are going to have a very beautiful home, whether it's rented or bought. I do feel like many of you are going to live in a very pretty place, or a place that really makes you happy. Let's dive right into the reading. Bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card and the Fool, Two of Cups, and the Tower. Knight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Tower, the Ten of Swords, then the Empress, the Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, the Hanging Man, the Judgment card, the Star, the Emperor, and the Highest Priestess. A lot of major arcana. We have the Emperor and the Empress right next to each other. Definitely soulmate connection. I do see also here the Fool, the Highest Priestess, the Judgment card, the Tower, the Star, the Justice card, and the Hanging Man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 major arcana cards in your reading. This is a beautiful blessing. This means that you guys are very well aspected in these next couple of months, I would say. So there is a very strong energy for you. So I do feel like if you guys are thinking of doing something, if you've ever thought of quitting your job and starting a new business, or going into something new, going back to school, getting a degree, anything that you ever thought, maybe selling your old car and buying a new one, or leasing, or doing something crazy, buying a ticket, going to the other side of the world. I do feel like this is the energy that you need. You need to go out and do that, Leo, because your energy is very strong right now, and it's looking very well aspected for anything like that. I do feel like many of you are in soulmate relationships, like I mentioned before, and this is a beautiful thing. I do feel like there is something new coming in. I do feel like there is something new coming in, something that it wasn't expected. It might be related to this relationship. It's probably going to be an opportunity to do something. So I do see here a lot of like a new energy for many of you and a decision to be made. I do feel like that decision has to do something with the relationship that you're in, and it might not be a decision of you staying or leaving this person. It's a decision that needs to be made between the two of you, and I feel like that is going to cause a lot of tension for many of you. It might be that you and your partner are not on the same page. And there is some sort of, like, I feel like you need to trust your gut on this one. If something is saying, if like something in the back of your head is saying, no, don't do this, I do feel like, Leo, you need to honor that. You have to honor that because it's important. I feel like that would be the right way. I don't know how it's possible for you to sway your partner into doing whatever you're feeling should be right, but I do feel like your feeling is on the money, Leo. I also see here that God is present and strong, not also in relationships and in the love situation, but I do feel like many of you are going to be so strong these coming weeks. I feel like you guys are more established when it comes to finances, but I do also see in the love aspect, I cannot understand exactly what is happening. Actually, let me take that back because I'm seeing here this King of Pentacles next to the Judgment card. So I feel like this is something, a blessing that came in for you. And I feel like this blessing translates into work, like a new job, a promotion, or something like that. But I feel like you're walking away from something else. So I feel like many of you weren't unemployed. I feel like many of you already had something established, but it just ended so fast. It's a sudden death, honestly. So for then to have like a renewal, a rebirth of new opportunities in your life. So I do feel like many of you are going to start from scratch and are going to be very, very blessed. I also see here that you guys need to be careful with your money. Leo, I do see here that maybe some money that it's not something that you're earning now. I feel like it might be related to any savings or any investments. If you guys have anything, I do feel like you need to be careful of moving that out of where you have it and putting it somewhere else. I feel like that shouldn't be, you shouldn't do that. I feel like the moment you dispose of that money and do something different with it, it just wouldn't be good. And I do feel like that is related to a male figure, or it could be a woman, but I'm just feeling a more masculine energy. And it might be someone at the bank or someone offering you something that might be able to boost your finances. But I do feel like that is not something that you should be getting yourself into, Leo. I do see here that you will be blessed and that actually justice is happening to you in life right now, Leo. I do feel like many of you are going to feel blessed and balanced, and I feel like many of you have gotten an opportunity, like jumped at your feet. And I feel like I was saying, it's making you feel like, well, very, very, very much more solid and more sound in your life. And in your expression, I do feel like many of you are going to feel more confident and more like happier about the way you are, the way you feel. I also see here that many of you might feel sad sometimes, and I also feel like that sadness is related to your partner. I don't know what you guys are going through, or if you're actually going through a breakup, Leo, but I do feel like your partner brings a lot of heartache into your life, and I do feel like it's something that you need to discuss with that partner. I do feel also being you or being your partner, I do feel like this is reflecting on you, Leo. This might be you. I do feel like you're becoming more grounded. And I know that Leos are very dramatic. We feel emotions very dramatically. So I do feel like many of the Leos are growing out of that. I feel like you're becoming more earthy in a way, like more stable. And even if you're feeling these emotions so exalted, you're going to try to tame them down and actually control them and actually try to do your own thing and grow as a human being instead of trying to look at growing as a partnership, because it's hard for you to actually work together with the partner that you have. I do see here that whatever decision you made, if you took a new job, if you moved, if you dropped your job, if you moved cross country, if you bought a house, a car, whatever that might be, I do feel like many of you have big decisions coming on the horizon, or if you just took them, I feel like that was exactly what you needed to do. It's going to come with a lot of success. Signing of due documents. I feel like many of you are getting new jobs, new portfolios if you work in sales, new clients, setting up your business. That is going to be blissful. I also see here you're going to get a proposal, Leo. I do feel like many of you, if you're not in a relationship, or even if you are, I do feel like you're going to be asked on a date by somebody else that is not your partner. I do feel like many of you are going to be proposed to go out on a date. Maybe if you don't have a relationship, this is the one person that is actually interested in you, and I feel like you should actually try to do that. I do feel like there might be a heartbreak coming soon, or a heartbreak in the background that is actually causing you to put your guard up with other people. So that might be also something that you need to release. I also feel like many of you, if you're thinking about spirituality or developing psychic abilities, I feel like the work is done. Like you have already done, you put in already the work, and I feel like you're going to be getting the fruits soon. Like this is not a developing phase anymore, Leo. This is going to be a harvest phase for you. So many of you are going to be getting manifested psychic gifts, and that is going to be something that's going to make you feel very, very replenished, very anew. I do feel a lot of you are going to start maybe healing with crystals. I do feel and sense a lot of like healing energy. So maybe if you're actually going through trouble with like relationships, even if it's like with your parents, or even if it's like with colleagues and people that you don't get along with, I do feel like I'm getting the energy of the rose crystal. So I do feel like you could use that crystal and other stones to actually heal. Look up healing techniques with crystals to heal relationships, if that's something that you could look into. I do feel, Leo, like your energy is very, very up and high, and that would be something good. I do see here a disruptive relationship with someone who's older than you, and I do have to say, like, it's a male energy. It might be a woman that has a stronger energy than you, but I do feel like it's someone that's older than you. But I do feel like that relationship just gets cut cold turkey. And I can't see any like sadness that comes from it, but I do feel like it might be something that impacts you, because it's coming out in your reading. I do see here there is a complete change and transformation in your relationship, and I don't know if it's a transformation that means that you are leaving your partner, even though it would be hard for me to believe because I saw the soulmate connection. But I do see that there's going to be a big shift in the relationship. Maybe it's a change from going from living together to getting married, or actually dating to being established, moving in together, even getting married. But I do feel like there is a big shift in the relationship, Leo. I hope that any of my messages resonated with you, and please comment, share, and subscribe if any of them did. Also hit the like button. Remember to have a beautiful Christmas, beautiful end of year, and lots of big plans for 2018. Namaste.